Hello.
Hey Chef, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? You're a little quiet.
Okay. Maybe I can change something in
I can
Discord.
crank it up a little bit if you can't change your volume at all.
Yeah. How is this any better on your end,
Yeah,
or
no, I'm
how we
totally.
doing?
It's totally good now. I turned it up a little
Okay.
bit, and then it seems like it just got better. So
Okay, nice.
awesome. Okay, great. How's it going?
Good, good. How's your trip to Germany?
It was awesome. Best trip of my
Yeah.
life for sure. I love
Yeah, it's fun
traveling.
to fun to
Can't
follow
wait.
the
Can't wait
pictures
to
you
travel
posted.
more. What'd you say?
It's fun to follow the pictures you posted and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Glad you liked it. Okay, so let's do a quick intro for the stream. Just say like where you're from, how long you've been playing, your tag, goals for the game.
Yeah, sure. So I'm PeteyWalnut from Connecticut. I've probably been playing about 7 years or so. The
Okay,
first
really quick, what did you
four,
say your tag is?
PD, Walnuts.
PeteyWalnut. Okay, because I have your tag listed as your Twitter name. So
Oh yeah, no worries.
lesson with PT.
I have very bad branding despite being a marketing major.
That's funny.
Should really work on that. Yeah, so from
Okay.
Connecticut, the first 4 years I played Fox, and then kind of since the pandemic started, I switched over to Falco and really been enjoying learning the character and everything. Um, I've kind of been trying to round out all my different like game plans for the different matchups. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been really watching a lot of what you upload, what Ginger uploads. Like Bird Call with Ginger and Squid, even though they're a little old, seems still really relevant to kind of form game plans and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah, and my local has a pretty big character diversity, so it can be frustrating at times, but it's like, good for me to actually learn the matchups and stuff. So kind of trying to round that out a bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what are we going over today?
I sent some
I
Pikachu
have. I
ones
see
and some
five.
icy ones.
Yeah, I see five Slippy files. It looks like.
Cool, cool.
So what do you want to go first? The icy ones?
Can we start with the Pikachu actually?
Okay, great.
Yeah, pretty solid Pikachu at my local. And I think we're seated pretty similarly, so we run into each other a lot. But they kind of have the head-to-head right now. And some days I feel like I deal with it really well, and others I feel like I have no idea what's happening, and I feel like I'm kind of playing it like it's an even matchup, and I need to kind of better character them. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because like they have FD, and they'll probably get a couple gimps over the set, so like if I'm playing it like it's even, it's probably not going to go my way.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely good to recognize that. I think a lot of people struggle with that in winning matchups. Is they just play it like the character can cover everything that good characters can cover, plus all their little low tier strengths, and then they're like, "Wow, this character seems just better than mine." It's like, nah, not
Right,
really.
right.
Um. Okay, yeah. So screen share working.
Yeah, screen share is working.
Awesome.
Um, so yeah, just trying to form like a general game plan, talk about like major interactions and like I don't know what each character is kind of looking for and kind of how to counteract what the
Mm-hmm.
Pikachu might be looking for.
Okay. So this is like something already, and this is something that like is really hard that I have personally struggled with to get good at just from like lack of practice playing against Pikachu. But if you're playing this person really often, I think it's worth learning is how to get out of down smash. So like it has all this electric hit stun and stuff like that, and it has several hits, and so there's actually like a ton of opportunities to SDI. And
Okay.
so what you can do is you just hold C stick up and then like tap or roll the control stick up. And as long as you
Okay.
start early enough, you'll just pop out of the down smash before like the final hit, which is the one that does this to you. So basically you have
Gotcha.
this whole time to kind of like get out and just pop out before this final hit. And it's kind of like a big deal to get out of this because without getting out, if you never get out of the down smash, Pikachu's down smash is just kind of like one of his best moves. And once you just start getting out of the down smash, you just want to kind of like keep working on it, keep improving your consistency on it. Unless like if Pikachu was like a top tier, we would all just get out of it every time.
Mhm.
But like with Pikachu being a pretty uncommon character, it's a little hard to get out of consistently. but definitely something you want to at least like try to do is like every time you see the down smash, immediately just try to like go up as high as you can, and that's usually good enough to get out.
Okay, and will hitting up on the left stick, like, will that full hop me to top plat? Is that kind of the goal?
No, the goal is just to pop out. If you can get at, like, you're not really going for like a punish.
Okay.
Your goal is just like if you pop out, you will have time to get away somehow. There's probably some crazy advanced like, oh, you just SDI up and then down air Pikachu or something, you know. But like, we're not really to that point yet in the meta. So
Right.
I would recommend just try to get up as high as possible and get out of this final hit. It helped me a little bit to look at the hitboxes in like Ungle Punch or 20XX or whatever, and just kind of see how they work and see where they are, because there's like this big last one that hits you hard, and as long you just have to get high enough up so that the last one misses.
Okay, cool.
But basically, this turns Pikachu's best like low percent neutral game / knockdown tool into like nothing, which just already is like a huge nerf for the character.
Yeah, because usually it's what? It's a pretty good anti-air?
Yeah, it's really good anti-air, and it's kind of like meaty. Like it lasts for like a long time, so Pikachu didn't have to like read your fast fall or anything here. It was just literally like take laser. It was this take laser, and Pikachu just instantly goes to the ground and just sees you kind of moving forward and just does the down smash, and it just sort of catches all forms of like aerial, laser, fast fall, overshoot, undershoot. Like it just hits a lot of space, and it covers the space for like a good amount of time. And the fact that it knocks down at 0 is pretty significant too. So it's just a lot easier for Pikachu to do this than worry about approaching you. Which is kind of the general thing in this matchup, is like you want to establish that Pikachu can't approach you before you ever try to hit Pikachu.
Okay.
Because, so, I've been working on this matchup a little bit here or there, and I sort of found a decent balance there, but then I played Axe, and he was just way more willing to just kind of like go to platform, fish for something, does it miss, go to platform, jump down, fish for something. And normally I can protect myself from that, but I was a little bit too much in the zone of like needing to, make something happen, because it's like, well, I beat Pikachu, but it's kind of like, yeah, Falco beats all these characters, but you still have to like respect them, which is what kind of makes him different from Fox. Is because Fox beats all the bad characters because you don't have to respect them. But with Falco, you kind of have to be like, no matter how bad they are, I can't get hit by their stuff or I'll die. So you just have to like establish that like, no matter what they do, you are always going to establish that like you cannot be hit by them. And then once they start getting in and trying to go for, I don't know, power shield wave dash ins and stuff like that, you go, okay, that's what you're looking for, because then you can start doing like walled down airs and stuff like that. But being aggressive a little bit early on and just kind of going in on Pikachu is like, you're basically taking away all of the bad parts of Pikachu. Like Pikachu can't approach, Pikachu struggles with, getting in on Falco, especially at low percent, because Pikachu struggles with CC, and you just let Pikachu, like, Pikachu didn't need to approach, Pikachu didn't need to deal with the lasers, just down smashed and you got hit. Whereas, like, if you played a little safer at the beginning here, and Pikachu went for something kind of gambly like this, which they will a lot, you don't even really need to punish it. It's the same as, like, getting out of the down smash. You just need to make sure that none of Pikachu's stuff is going to work. And then once you do that, you can kind of start focusing on, like, actually hitting Pikachu.
Gotcha.
And that's true for a lot of Falco's good matchups. Stuff like Samus is and like Yoshi is kind of like, Yoshi's a little bit not as like dominant for Falco as Samus is, but it's kind of like against Samus where if you just try to hit her, she's gonna counter hit you, you're gonna die. But if you just kind of keep her out forever, then you're fine, and you'll get opportunities to attack.
Right. Okay.
Okay, this is kind of the thing against Axe that I ran into, is like when Pikachu goes up here, I think it's usually better to just like leave. Like you can just like dash, short hop, back air or something, or roll, and just not really play this position. You can go for like jump shine stuff and like up air pressure, like those do exist, but it was kind of a situation that just happened really fast where you were sort of trying to play and then Pikachu's up here suddenly, and I would really want you to just do like a cross-up aerial and get back to center.
Sure. Yeah, and that would probably trade with his aerials.
Because it's just you really want to reduce the chaos factor. Because when the character, like, think about Pikachu versus Falco, Pikachu loses neutral like hard, like really, really, really hard. But Pikachu punishes Falco pretty alright, and so Pikachu doesn't want to play into the systematic gameplay where you're doing like laser, dash back, laser, dash dance, dash back, laser, you know, that type of thing, like walling down air, like kind of like the Ginger versus Pikachu stuff. Pikachu doesn't want you to get into that good game plan rhythm, and so they're going to throw out a bunch of kind of dumb stuff and a bunch of weird stuff, and their goal is to kind of create enough chaos that it's just sort of you throwing out moves versus them throwing out moves, and that gives them a much better chance of just clipping you into a combo.
Yeah, and I feel like I get clipped by like an up air, and it just comes out so quickly, and I'm not CCing, and then all of a sudden they have a tech chase into like an up smash into a platform tech chase, and that kind of chaos gets me a lot for sure.
And learning how to just avoid up air is also like, I think that's just the biggest part of this matchup. It reminds me kind of like, you know, like Marth Falco or Falco Marth, where Marths really like run off platform fair. You know, you know what I mean? Like that's like their whole thing. And when you're playing against a Falco as Marth that'll kind of give those to you, you don't really have a reason to do anything else than like, I'm just gonna waveland off fair like 7 times, and eventually the Falco will misspace a laser and get hit. And what you can do as the Falco is just make sure that runoff fair will never ever hit you, and then it's just kind of like a non-issue. You don't really need to punish it, you just want to kind of neutralize it. And Pikachu up air is a lot like that, where Pikachu's main goal in this matchup, and in most matchups, is the up air. Like, the up air is Pikachu's super move. Kind of like you don't want to get grabbed by Captain Falcon type thing, or grabbed by Sheik. Like, up air is sort of Pikachu's, like, the move that he's going to be fishing for nonstop.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like whenever I cross up aerial, or I aerial, like, too far into Pikachu's shield, I get up aired out of shield, like, every time. So, I don't know. I feel like I've had more success undershooting aerials and kind of fading back.
Yeah, you don't want to end up on the back of Pikachu's shield.
Okay.
It's the only character in the game that... Well, maybe DK or something. But yeah, you don't want to end up on the back of Pikachu's shield.
Okay.
And that is like a hard rule in the matchup. And you almost exclusively just want to be in front of Pikachu in general. Because the up air is way slower in the front. It doesn't have the vertical hitbox. Yada yada. So it's just... You really want Pikachu to be facing you. And it's kind of unfair for the Pikachu is that Falco has a move that travels across the stage and forces them to face you.
Right.
So a lot of times Pikachu can set up things where they're sort of behind you, or sorry, they're facing like away from you, and they want to sort of do stuff, but you can just laser them, and then they're facing towards you again, and then up air is sort of useless.
Okay, kind of like Puff.
Yeah.
When she turns her back.
Where you don't want her to back air you, so you just laser, and then she doesn't have access to it.
Sure, yep.
Yeah, it's really similar, and a lot of times when Pikachu is facing with their back towards you, you just want to do kind of like play safe in that position and don't feel pressured to go in with like on their shield with like an aerial or something like that, because it's really like that is Pikachu's like shield grab, kind of is like the back of the shield going for short hop or full hop up air.
Right.
And yeah, stuff like this is just, I don't know, this is just wacky. So yeah, getting up tilted and then getting knocked down by this, this isn't even your fault. This is almost just like kind of random. I don't think this was like intentional by the Pikachu. So, and yeah, they don't get the punish anyway. Okay, yeah, so this is like a pattern that is really good against every other character except Pikachu. Is like you jumped up, but you're going behind Pikachu. And it's just it's really hard to do, but just imagine Pikachu is like facing the other way.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah.
like, Pikachu basically doesn't have a shield grab, or Pikachu's shield grab is, like, basically, like, irrelevant. You can just sort of down air in place and drift back super slightly on Pikachu's shield, and they can't grab you, like, at all. Tiny, tiny little arms, like the worst grab range in, like, the game. So you can also do a bunch of other stuff on the front of Pikachu's shield, like a lot of spacings. Down tilt on Pikachu's shield is just safe. Like
Okay.
Pikachu.
I need to look for that more because like I let him live to like 150 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if it's safe, if you can't shield grab that, then it's probably worth the risk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, down tilt is really good. I think at higher percents, stuff like jab up smash is really good because Pikachu's pretty light. I've been using the up smash a lot more against like the lighter characters. It should kill, I think, around like 120 or something like that.
Okay.
So it's really like getting like Pikachu living to super duper high percents is more of like a move choice issue. But sometimes it does happen with like annoying, like you hit them and they slide off up B type stuff. Like that
For
will
sure.
happen. But the better you get at like knowing like, oh, down tilt on shield is just safe, stuff gets a little bit easier to find. Okay, good DI. Be really careful coming down on Pikachu like this. I would have probably just like air dodged to the platform or something.
Yeah, that's probably greedy.
Yeah, a lot of this is just looking really loose. Like, this type of movement you're doing, it's not... Like, you're not really taking Pikachu into account. This looks like very just kind of classic Falco movement. Like, this approaching laser isn't gonna get you anything. And, a lot of times people have this approaching laser habit from, like, spacey stuff. Because if Fox is at like 40 and you happen to get this laser shine, you might get like laser shine, wave dash forward, literally like jump off dare and just kill Fox. But you're not really going to get that against Pikachu in this situation. You might, but the risk reward is really bad. Like what if Pikachu just down smashed here again, you know?
Right.
Things might get really ugly for you really fast. So you really want to focus on... It's kind of like... the Captain Falcon matchup. Not with, like, the fact that Shine is so broken, but you know when Falcon is kind of trying to, like, nair at you, and you just sort of keep canceling his nair with, like, a laser?
Yeah.
Pikachu is like that, but way worse. Because Pikachu doesn't get, like, if Falcon short hop nairs at you and you laser him, he can, like, double jump stomp at you. He has, like, a really good drift on his double jump. Pikachu doesn't. They kind of get stuck in this weird little... Like, they don't have a ton of drift. And they also don't fall very fast, so they can get stuck in this kind of awkward aerial spot. And they also don't have, like, any aerials that are fast that hit below and in front of them. So, a lot of times if Pikachu is trying to aerial approach you, you can just laser them and be in, like, a really strong position where they're kind of caught in the air with no air momentum.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then... Pikachu on the ground is, like, really bad at approaching. Like, Pikachu's main way to approach is through the air. And so a lot of times when I'm playing against Pikachus, it's a feeling of, like, I'm kind of lasering them, I'm kind of just spacing safely. Maybe they try an aerial approach, but it gets canceled by a laser. And I just sort of move in close, and then I keep walling. Like, you never really want to, like, go in on Pikachu super hard as like a main plan. It's something that happens. Like I said, it kind of happens. Okay, so let me just explain it. So basically, your goal is to like keep Pikachu out. There's some characters where it's more about lasers locking them down for your approach, and some characters are more about the lasers keeping them out and preventing them from doing their stuff.
Okay.
And so basically what will happen is Pikachu will try aerial approaches, will try moving around, and, you know, maybe if they go to the platforms you want to stalemate or whatever, but if they're trying these aerial options, you just sort of prevent those things from working, and, you know, maybe get a little damage here or there, like a laser back air or something like that. But the goal is you just sort of crowd Pikachu a little bit, you just sort of get a little bit closer and more in Pikachu's face over time, but Pikachu can never really go at you because the lasers are shutting them down. And so a lot of like laser dash dance, backflip down airs and stuff, like walling down airs like right here is so strong.
Okay.
Because remember, Pikachu doesn't really want to like get hit by the lasers. It turns them around and they just feel kind of awkward. So a lot of times they'll go for kind of like dash back shield type stuff to get the up air positioning. And you can just sort of get closer and laser and feel very comfortably safe as long as you're like, basically you are zoning Pikachu and kind of slowly getting a little bit closer and just sort of continuing to be like, air approaches don't work, also ground approaches don't work. And basically as you continue playing that situation, you're eventually kind of at this range and Pikachu still can't approach you because of like lasers and dash dance and walled aerials and stuff like that. Pikachu still can't get in, and at that point you basically can attack anytime you want because it's basically like you have a situation that you can indefinitely repeat where you are unreactably close to Pikachu and yet not hittable. And so Pikachu is basically under constant threat from you even if you decide to keep walling at this range. And then it becomes way less predictable for you to attack because Pikachu has basically been afraid of you attacking for the last 10 seconds while you wall in their face.
Gotcha. So is it kind of like Marth, where like you probably don't want to commit to like approaching laser all the time, but you want to like take space with laser and like push him into the corner and then kind of do your walling moves?
I wouldn't compare it to Marth because Marth is just a lot better at every aspect of this matchup than Pikachu. Let me think. What character is it closer to?
Or is it kind of like Peach getting out of the corner, maybe?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like Peach. It's also kind of like Puff, where you kind of want to keep her locked down, and then if she tries to hit you, you hit her away, and you just kind of keep camping them more in their face. You can kind of do that to Peach too, where you have like the walled down airs in front of her and you're kind of lasering sort of close, but she struggles to get in. It's kind of like that, yeah. And so the thing is you can definitely approach Pikachu, and Pikachu struggles against getting approached a lot. So I don't really want to tell you like, nah, these things are bad. It's more that like you need to establish that you can play in this like defensive keep Pikachu out way forever. Like you should be like basically you should just be able to run this and play like really long games against Pikachu comfortably and just, you know, kind of play lame, but you should still win playing like that. And once you're comfortable doing that, approaching into Pikachu is more of like you're capitalizing on their failures, or like it's something you want to do rather than feeling like you have to do.
Okay.
And because if you're just like rushing in on Pikachu, Pikachu is eventually going to be getting mix-ups on you. And the thing is like you want to play mix-ups against characters you're even with, but if you're way better than a character, you don't want it to be mix-ups. You want everything to be like cold hard facts where it's like I follow this flow chart and then you are powerless.
Right, for sure. So like would that approach kind of look like that fade back dare we talked about, or like a backflip bear kind
of? So like for instance like right here. So you kind of get this. I would, instead of this full dash in, maybe you kind of do the dash in dash back here and then the laser, and notice that Pikachu is getting moved back to the corner because even though you're not in any danger here, Pikachu is in danger. Like right here, Pikachu is in danger, so they leave and go back to the corner and dash away. Even though you were just comfortably shooting lasers. So then you shoot this laser, and the thing is, why not just repeat that again and kind of push Pikachu back? So this is like an overcommitment, whereas like you could have just done that laser, done dash in, dash back, drilling, or like down air in place, then another laser, and Pikachu's starting to get really uncomfortable.
Right. Is there a certain laser height I want to do? Like, do I want to keep Pikachu from like getting into the air, kind of like Puff, or is that not what we want to do here?
I I don't have 100% confidence in the exact laser pattern to use against Pikachu, but I prefer a little bit of a higher laser because my goal with Pikachu is to stop the aerial approach. Pikachu's
Right. Okay.
not really that good at getting it on the ground, and a lot of times when they do, they like Galaxy Brain read you just to wave dash and down tilt you for nothing. Like that doesn't get them anything.
Right. Sure. Sure.
And so, like, you're not super afraid of the grounded movement. The only thing that's really scary from the ground is Pikachu will sometimes go for, like, Psycho Up Smash or Psycho Grab. But both of those just kind of get stuffed by Falco's down air, and also they get dodged really easily.
Yeah.
So,
I think when I'm like standing there in the center of the stage, like back turned, it's just like super obvious I'm gonna either up tilt or bear, and those kind of seem to get up smashed. Kind of like when you're playing against Fox. So I think I need to like work those out a little bit. But do you think
yes,
like laser, kind of like turn your back, see if they do it, and then go back to lasering is kind of the idea?
those can kind of work as long as Pikachu's far enough away. Those do give her those do give them the chance to get closer. But basically, like, you just mostly want to you just care about the aerial approach with the lasers, and the if Pikachu is close enough to you on the ground that like you feel threatened and you might need to up tilt, you probably should be threatening them. um, Something I talk about a lot in Falco's matchups in general is you want dash momentum. Like, you want to be dashing more than like stationary. So like up tilt slash like short hop back air walling is something that you really want to do more on like reaction to something that coming from far away.
Right. Okay.
It's not something you really want to do because like if Pikachu is at like a reasonably close distance to you, you don't need to read Pikachu coming in with back air or up tilt because you can keep them out already with like lasers and dash dance and shield and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're kind of like committing to a punishable action in a situation where there's no reason to do that. And if you just laser Pikachu and then you dash dance, Pikachu has to worry about the approaching aerial, and they're not going to be worrying as much about like getting in on you.
Right. Right.
Because
I guess
by
my
just
feedback
dash,
there.
hmm?
Sorry, go for it.
No, just by dash dancing, you're like threatening that you could come in, and that's like a better defense than like walling a lot of times.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess even facing forward, like just my dare in place has the same effect of walling them out.
Yeah, and the dare in place just beats everything Pikachu does anyway, so there's not a huge reason to like try to wall with up tilt. And a lot of times the down airing them will give you a better like follow up than an up tilt anyway, just because Pikachu will kind of drift away and then like I don't know, you can just back air once or something again, you know.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, when Pikachu does these types of things, they do this a lot, where they like try to cross up into like an up air. I think this shield is good, and then but I would have rolled here instead of this.
I think I've been getting a lot of F smash when I'm trying to roll.
I see. Well, you
so
did
I
a
think you'll
spot.
see a
You did a
couple
spot dodge instead.
Okay,
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. Not the. I get what you're saying about the forward smash thing. I just mean right here. Like I think
Yeah.
rolling away is a lot better. Mango is actually pretty interesting here. He does a lot of hold shield, so it does leave you a little bit vulnerable to like, you know, cross up nair, turnaround grab or something. So maybe not this exact position, but Mango a lot of times will do something where like they hit his shield and he just holds shield and then they do full hop up air while he's shielding and then you can just punish that with like an aerial.
Okay, gotcha.
Like yeah, like if they had done this and you just held shield right here, you held shield, and then they did this, you just get like a free back air or something. In maybe this spot, it's not super worth the read, like I said, because of the back throw, but if you were in center stage or something else, it can just sometimes be useful to hold shield for a split second. So yeah, so look at this position. This is an interesting one. So you do the laser correctly to keep Pikachu out, but then you take like a... You're taking like a defensive position in a range where Pikachu should feel threatened by you. Like you hit this laser here, there's no reason to dash back here. And I think this kind of ruined everything. because basically when you hit a laser, you get a few frames of frame advantage on every character. And you want to use those frames of advantage to do an action that they will have to respond to. Like the laser hitting them gives you the initiative. It gives you kind of like the first word in the conversation. And so you hit the laser and your first word is "I'm backing off." And there's not, and so think about what Pikachu is reacting to for this to happen. So laser hits right here. So let me count your frames. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so laser hits 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you're actionable on the next frame, and this is the first laser stun frame. So you have 10 frames of actionability that are past what Pikachu has right here. Around 10 frames.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. And in 10 frames, you're not going to be able to reach Pikachu. But what you can do is, this is like a situation that they have to react to. They have to react to the laser stun hitting. And so if you do dash, short hop, down air, maybe you'll get here, I don't know, 5 frames after their action or something. So they can hold shield and they can beat your short hop, down air. But what they're going to be looking for is they're going to be looking for what you do after this. And you get the first word. You have the control of the conversation because you have these 10 free frames to do whatever you want. And so right here, when you dash back, if you did a dash in here, Pikachu, the only thing Pikachu has to do is, or has to react to, is Falco lasered me at a pretty close range, and then they're dashing in. And they need to make a decision on what to do after laser based on seeing what you're doing here. And so by dashing forward here, they can't distinguish that from an approach. So they need to do something to deal with that approach, whether you're going to do it or not. And if they decide to just hard call it out, they can do that too. But even by hard calling it out, they're not essentially going to get anything out of it. So you're creating a situation where Pikachu feels pressured. Pikachu might have to shield here or dash back or spot dodge or do something else that they don't really want to do just by you dashing in. But then when you dash back here, Pikachu sees that and Pikachu's like, well, I'm safe. So I might, because there's no threat that Pikachu has to react to here, they can do whatever action they feel like doing. And so because you're dashing back here, Pikachu's like, well, I might as well take some space, introduce some chaos here. And so the only thing you can do out of this dash back laser or dash back here that would be really beneficial for you is to do what you did, which is a dash back laser. But what are you going to get out of the dash back laser? You're just going to get this exact same situation, but with you further in the corner.
Right, okay.
The laser needs to do something. And so when you get a laser that does something, you need to use that something to create a threat, which limits Pikachu's options.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I've only been doing this laser, dash back, dash forward to try to bait something out, but I see what you're saying about if you do laser, dash in, it looks like you're approaching and it's probably unreactable.
Yeah.
And that's also a good thing to bait things out.
Exactly. So Pikachu sees you moving back and just decides to go in. This is why you want to shoot a little bit of higher lasers here, is to hit this nair. So the lasers need to basically be at this height, so that Pikachu can't go over them. Because look at even though you made kind of a not perfect decision here by dashing back and lasering, if this laser came out a little high, you can just hit this into an up tilt or a nair or whatever. This will just combo. You can just hit Pikachu and then hit them again. Right, so even though you made kind of a decision that doesn't get a lot done, this is, pretend that didn't happen and pretend this is just a new situation with you lasering. And if you just hit this laser, you just keep Pikachu out. So this is why the high laser is good, because from this range right here, at this range right here, Pikachu does not have any delusions that they can run in and attack you. It just takes way too long. They're going to get hit. It's not good. But they can throw themselves at you with like a Nair right here and get a potential something. And that's why that decision happens. Okay, so this was good. I like this general idea, which is like prevent Pikachu from coming in. There's no reason to be doing this dash back though. Like you don't need more space after the laser hits. Pikachu needs more space from you after the laser hits. So by going for this retreating laser, you gave up the you already won here. Like lasering this is like, yes, you won. In like the worst case, you get what? Laser forward tilt, laser dash attack, laser grab. You get something. So leaving after you get like a thing doesn't. It's like down airing someone's head and then you just dash away. So regardless, you get a second situation. This is part of why Falco just wins so hard. Is like the reason Pikachu's holding shield here is because they realized they lost this aerial approach. Like imagine this from the Pikachu's perspective. So watch as if you're the Pikachu. And they go here, and they jump in right here, and they get hit right here. You're not thinking, what can I do to keep going and get in on Falco? You're like, here he comes. Here he comes, you know? This feels very scary as Pikachu. This laser. It feels like Falco's just about to come in on you, which is why we get this shield. And so this gives you a good opportunity for pressure. So you get this laser dash in. Notice that Pikachu has to react to laser dash in with an action every time. Like, they need to account for you attacking where they just were. So, but you manage to catch the wave dash back with this, like, overshoot down air, which is totally good. And then, so this is... Edgeguarding Pikachu is a bit of an interesting experience. When Pikachu is below the stage, almost always you can get this laser thing like you're doing. Like, this is really good. You don't really want to back off like this. You just want to kind of stay where you are right here. As, like, Pikachu's recovery is not scary. I know it seems scary because they're so good, but, like, at getting back, but it's not really good at reversing you. The only possible reversal Pikachu can get on their recovery is if they get to ledge and you're stuck in a move and then they like up air from ledge or something like that. Right. You're not going to get reversal just because they're off stage, and you can actually make this situation incredibly uncomfortable for Pikachu. So I like this laser reset. It works really well at just annoying them, and they need to input some pretty precise angles. So when they're already trying really hard to put in the precise angles and you're just interrupting them, it just adds to their, stress and like mental damage of trying to do these perfect angles. So they usually aren't just going to instant up B out of the laser because they kind of need like a setup. They need to like gather themselves to get this next angle. Okay. So you can get these really annoying laser resets on them here, and even if they do spam up B, a lot of times the lasers will still hit because the hurt box gets mad big on the up B. But basically, I like to either do lasers to get Pikachu low, and then I'll like forward smash the edge, which is a little bit risky, probably not the best thing, but it catches them a lot. Or you can do like laser to reset them and then grab edge if they go low, and then just either do like a down air from ledge or a back air from ledge. And those are just really solid options in general. Like, because if Pikachu is here, and then let's say you grabbed edge right here, this is like what are they going to do beside go up and then go down to ledge? If they go up like this, you can just jump from ledge and hit them again. Pikachu landing on stage is mad laggy, so...
Okay. Yeah, I think I just need to dip a little bit lower when I do that bear or dare from ledge. Just, I haven't had too much success with it, but I think I just need to dip a little bit lower.
Yeah, it's sort of like a 50-50 on like a Fox up B, except if you cover low, Fox has like 3 seconds of lag by going high.
Okay.
So you just kind of cover low and just be like, nope, you're not going to get ledge. Like, a lot of times what I do is, like, if Pikachu's above the ledge, I just grab the edge immediately, just preventing them from doing that instant up B to ledge. And it just doesn't really give them a lot of good options. The recovery is surprisingly bad if you cover ledge. Okay, so then here, this is a consequence of you, like, not really committing to stuff. So this is why you want the lasers higher to hit this. But right here, so basically you're kind of trying to move out of Pikachu's way to, like, get the laser advantage and sort of play this keep out game, which is good, but you're not committing to it enough. Like, you're doing these kind of little baby, like, let me just dash back an inch and do a laser. And it's like, if you really want to get out of the way and reset, you should definitely dash back, like dash away, jump away, and then turn around laser.
Okay.
So it's just, you're just not really, wow, okay, Slippy. Okay, this Nair is not fantastic. Like, you could have definitely gotten red here, but it's not that bad. Like, you hit the Nair, it's fine. And see this, they love this recovery. They love this, where they go here, and they just go to edge. Right. So there's two things that you can do here. One, like I said, is instantly grab ledge. Or two, I shoot one laser here to cover this, and then I go to ledge.
Okay.
And yeah, so this, like the spot like this, if you're going to be covering this position, you need the lasers out. Like, these things you're doing, then it's not doing any good.
Yeah, I just cornered myself for
and
no
yeah,
reason.
you corner yourself, and then you're shooting lasers that are too low, so Pikachu just approaches over them.
Yeah, I think I was a little nervous of the, like, when he ledge dash and then nairs at you, but I gave up, like, way too much stage.
Yeah, I mean, if you're worried about that, you can still just high laser it. Like, it will hit.
Sure.
Pikachu doesn't have, like, an infinite Gallant, you know? Like, high laser is pretty crazy good.
Yeah.
And yeah, you kind of, like, just leave. Like, I don't know why you go over here when they're over here.
Yeah, yep.
Because, like, right here, it's like, I don't know, Pikachu... It's almost like you're definitely over-respecting Pikachu's recovery.
Okay.
It's really not that scary. You really just have to learn, like, what their options are. Because I remember I used to edgeguard Pikachu and just feel like they had 8 million options. But they really don't have that many. Like, they can go up, and then they go down to ledge. Or they have a massively laggy on-stage situation. That's it.
Right.
So just always be like, they're probably going to want to go to ledge. Like, if I was a Pikachu here, I would want to go to ledge. And so, yeah, this Thunder Jolt is, like, placed kind of interestingly. But if you had just gone to... If you were just waiting at ledge, like, ignore where you're at. And if you were just waiting right here, you could just grab edge right now.
For sure.
And be in a good spot to cover this. And look at... So even if you did this low bear covering ledge, you would have definitely hit this up B. And this is like what Pikachu has if Pikachu doesn't have the ledge. Is like, look at how much lag this has. So like this, spin... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's like... I think it's like 20 frames.
Jeez, okay. How
like,
does
it's
that compare to, like, Sheik's? Is it kind of similar, or is it?
It's kind of like Sheik's, yeah. It's kind of like
okay.
Sheik's.
That's a good way for me to think of it.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. It's probably a little quicker than Sheik's, but it's kind of like Sheik's. And then, look at this again, is like, what is Pikachu going to do from here except go vertical? So you can just shine turn around down air here, or back here from ledge. And what is, like, because Pikachu is too low... And this is just learning the range. Pikachu is too low to go up and then down to ledge here.
Okay, so I don't really have to worry too much about getting clipped if I kind of do that drop off. I mean, I guess I have invincibility right now.
Yeah, and Pikachu's clipping you with up B doesn't do anything. It's like getting Falco lasered.
Okay.
Like, in fact, there's like a spot where, like, when you're off stage here and Pikachu does that, like, up B, like, cheeky edge guard thing.
Yeah, after back throwing.
Yeah. So when you jump and then Pikachu clips you with the up B and then up B's back, if you just side B, you're fine. It's like getting Falco lasered and just side being out of it.
I
It's
was
like
actually
the
gonna
same.
ask about that. So
It's like the same
that's
thing.
good.
Like it's mad easy to just not die from getting up bead clipped like at all.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know for sure. I've definitely ran into that. He does that.
And so yeah, so you're basically in this spot where Pikachu is way too low. Pikachu can't get to ledge from this position. So Pikachu's only options are up and then this way. Up and like kind of try to clip the edge, or like sideways and this way and then like fall the ledge. So either way, it's just like, I don't know, just cover ledge with the back air. You just smack Pikachu like right here. And then even like if you just regular get up, like look at this. So right here, if you just regular get up right now, look how much you would have definitely had time, because Pikachu has this whole lag and then this whole lag before they can act.
Okay, yeah. And that's my usual kind of like flowchart against Sheik, is to do that regular getup.
It's really good against Pikachu. I would say that like half of the Pikachu edgeguard is knowing how to regular get up, and then the other half is knowing how to like cover the second up B angle from like ledge. That is like the majority of edgeguards on Pikachu.
Gotcha. So I'm kind of choosing the aerial to cover ledge and kind of choosing the regular getup if I think they're going to go on stage.
Yeah, like I don't know, like if let's say they're low like this and you're like Mango. A lot of times Mango will do something where he'll laser once, so they up B like this, get hit by the laser, then they drop, and then they do this. So he lasers them, and then they drop, and then he'll do run off double jump down air to catch this, like this angle.
Oh, okay.
So you can kind of do that type of edge guard, or you go to ledge, and then like let's say you go to ledge because you don't want them doing this like this type of angle right here, and then they drop, and then they go like boom boom. That's when you want a regular get up.
Gotcha. Yep.
It's just kind of like when you're like, yeah, it's kind of like you might want to try to back air Sheik's recovery, but then if you realize she dips low, you just go to edge and do the regular get up, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Like, so you can kind of just do the regular get up, but a lot of times I do like the hitting them out of the air because it gets rid of their double jump and it puts them in the same situation a second time.
Sure.
And then a lot of times if Pikachu, this is only at like high percent, but a lot of times if Pikachu covers, let's say Pikachu kind of recovers to here, like Pikachu's here, and you're on ledge, and you grab ledge, and Pikachu immediately goes like, choof, choof. You can just a lot of times at higher percent side B from ledge, like double jump side B, and then still get Pikachu.
Oh, okay, yeah, because they have all that landing lag.
Yeah, there's so much landing lag. It's ridiculous.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so look at this. Doesn't this feel just like Captain Falcon, where like you hit this laser on Falcon's like nair or something, and remember you need these lasers to be a little higher.
Okay.
Because this barely would have missed in most cases. But look at this, Pikachu's stuck, like stuck. Like Pikachu has nothing to do now that they're here, so they end up doing this double jump, which makes them double ultra stuck. And then you get this approaching laser, and then they're just done. Like, they have no double jump, they're stuck in the air, etc. And I don't know why you shield wave dash back, but, like, just look at how winning this is. This is kind of what you want. Like, oh, man, I totally just got Pikachu locked. And then, yes, this is really good, because you can short hop over Pikachu's shield grab.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, like, all the short characters, you can short hop over their shield grab. Like, you know, Ice Climbers, Pikachu, a lot of times Fox. The taller characters, you can short hop over their shield grab, but only at like the peak of your jump. So a lot of times they'll get you. But yeah, okay, so wait, check this out. So right here, where you do this slow get up off ledge, and Pikachu does this recovery, but they can't go to ledge, you can just hit them.
Yeah.
Like, you're rolling as if Pikachu just has no lag, zippy zip, you know? It's like, no.
I think I'm just like scared of what I don't know. So
but there's nothing to be afraid of. Pikachu has.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they hold shield here. I'm pretty sure they're holding shield. So look at when they can act. Oh, I guess they're not holding shield. But like this was like 3 frames after they can act or something, and your roll has like already completed. Like this was like a free opening for you. Let's see. time did we start? We only have about 10 more minutes. Did you want to go look at the Ice Climber games? Or do you want to keep going on this Pikachu one?
Let's keep going with Pikachu.
Okay.
I can always schedule another lesson some other time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we haven't even got over that much in the game just because there's been so much to talk about. But sometimes
For
it
sure.
happens.
No, this has been super helpful so far.
And yeah, in spots like this, honestly, you can keep them out forever with lasers. Lasers are just that good. So I think lasers here are a lot better than like Nair. Because if you Naired here and Pikachu Naired at you, you would have just died. You would have just traded the Nairs and died. But the lasers are great because you don't have to trade. Like the lasers won't trade. The lasers just beat Pikachu's moves. So you don't have to worry about dying at a high percent if you're lasering. So I would have really liked like lasers here, and then at some point just like full hop away or something like that.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that out of the corner a lot more. I know you say it's really good.
This is something small against Pikachu, but you kind of want to try to be ready for this tournament winner. I don't think. Probably. That's probably the most reliable thing for Falco or short hop up air. But
yep.
I'm not gonna get mad if you don't hit this. It's like it's in the sense that like sometimes you're not gonna be able to punish it, but Pikachu is gonna do it like at least a third of the time. So you need, especially under pressure, like in high pressure, you're like last stock, last hit with a Pikachu. You need, and they're like at 150%, and one back air will kill. They're probably gonna go for this.
Right. Okay.
Because they get out of it really quickly. So it's just something to be aware of. And this is totally fine. Like this, these lasers are totally acceptable. Where they go over Pikachu's head, but they would hit Pikachu if you Naired. Because first of all, these are not what's it called? Like the fact that the laser is going over Pikachu's head is not something that's reactable for them. Like when you shoot this laser right here, Pikachu can't look at this laser and be like, "Ah, yeah, I can just keep dashing because it's gonna go over my head." So yeah. if they try to make this choice of like, yeah, it's definitely going over my head, and they just dash in, they're just gonna get laser punished. Like laser down tilt, laser up tilt, laser grab, laser down air, like laser, and then retreating down air or something is just safe there, you know. So okay. Like. They can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna dash in. Like that's the problem that people have, is they think that like you can just run under high lasers, even as like Falcon. It's just too scary to do it because you can't react. So, but basically, even if Pikachu somehow hard reads this, and you just laser high and then like retreating down air in place, like where's the opening? You just have the down air covering here and the laser like keeping Pikachu down. It's just very powerful zoning. Yeah, this is really good in general, like what you're doing here, where you're like Pikachu's kind of stuck, they can't really approach, they're taking a little damage. And yeah, this is such a powerful like down air against Pikachu. So first of all, this one definitely is too. This like retreating down air. Definitely be comfortable doing these like you did. That's really good. Pikachu can't shield grab this, you know? Like you're just totally fine. It's part of why. So then this is good where you hit this laser, dash in, and look at Pikachu. This is that same situation from before where like when you dash in, Pikachu has to deal with it. Like Pikachu has to deal, but it's happened so fast. Like. And they're in the corner, like what are they gonna do, you know?
Right, for sure.
So they go for this like short hop, like backwards up air, trying to clip you with the top of it, but it's too slow, and you just hit them here, and then they just get put in like a negative position. And yeah, this is what I want more of, where you're like lasering, Pikachu's stuck, and then laser, Pikachu stuck, dashing in. There's not a lot of space for Pikachu to do much now that they're in the corner, and you're getting the pressure on like Pikachu having to like wave dash out and stuff like that. But then you start doing this instead of the lasers, And then Pikachu's like,
Yeah.
wait, I have so much control of the space. And then they can read you and go for stuff like that. So yeah, you want to be careful about becoming laserless Falco, because laserless Falco is not as good.
Right, for sure.
Okay, bunch of up airs. And in these spots, you really just want to get down from the platform.
Yeah.
There's somebody in chat like going nuts, just disagreeing with everything I say. It's really funny.
I'll have to rewatch the VODs. I probably will to take notes and.
They said they're agreeing with me, but it sounds like they're disagreeing. No problem, person. Just having fun. Okay, but so remember, these approaching lasers are really not that useful, because you're not gonna get anything crazy out of this. The most you can get is a shine, which won't kill. So you really want to do like the lasers are to prevent Pikachu's stuff from working. And once none of Pikachu's stuff works, then your like retreating aerial pressure and dash dance are like oppressive, because Pikachu is kind of stuck, and they don't have like a shield grab like at all.
Right. Okay.
So, but if you're approaching laser, like, you're not really gonna get that much. And then you're doing this laserless thing again.
Yeah, I think I just get like into my back is turned mode, and then I feel scared, and I just start throwing stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was good. Like this back air on reaction, where it's like when you're here and you're running away and you see Pikachu coming at you, that's when you do this back air.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, that was good too. Pikachu is really bad in the corner, and yeah, there's the regular get up. They went for this option. So the reason this option is so appealing is because if you double jumped off the ledge, this will just grab edge.
Oh, okay.
Like Pikachu gets more than one chance. So this will grab edge if you happen to get off the ledge. And then what this does is if you got off the ledge a little earlier, it gives Pikachu extra frames to grab the edge. But because you just do this you do this timed really well, Pikachu still dies. Yeah, you really don't want to come down onto the side plat like this. So you're coming up here. You know Pikachu can't get you up here. So what you want to do is, when you just kind of want to be up here and pretend you're coming down, and then eventually Pikachu will do this one, and then you just come to the ground, you just jump through to over here.
Okay, that makes sense.
But you don't want to end up coming down on top of Pikachu and do these mix-ups where you're like coming down like on the side plat. Like right here, this would have been great if you just went to top plat here, and then when Pikachu rushed over this way, you just short hopped this way. And you kind of did the similar thing where Pikachu was moving and then you still got down, but I would have wanted it without this side plat thing.
Gotcha.
And yes, this is so weird. This is like the weirdest thing with Pikachu, is like everything in our Falco brain tells us, like, if I get the cross-up dare here, it's unpunishable. And this is actually just the only thing Pikachu can punish.
Yeah, he gets me with that every time I cross up too far.
Whereas, like, if you just, right here, if you do short hop, late down air in front of Pikachu, it's unbeatable.
Yep, okay.
So just, instead of the early dare, just short hop, late dare, right on front of the shield, and you just win. And yeah, so when you're in these positions where Pikachu is just like back facing, up air spamming, you kind of just want to get out of there.
Yeah, okay.
Like I would probably right here, probably not do that. You could have gotten shield drop up aired there. Low key, best thing to do here: short hop backwards, grab ledge.
Okay, yep, that makes sense.
And yeah, so there's these ranges like this. And so the weird thing about this range, this is just a really weird spot, because normally you can dash away retreating laser, and if you do the high laser, it's instant. and you'll a lot of times catch the Nair approach here, kind of like with Falcon. But you don't really have enough space here to do the full approach. Something that I would probably like to do here is I would do dash back shield. Okay. Because Pikachu can't just do a little quick dash dance and get like a grab. Like they always wait for spot dodge here. So if you like spot dodge and they get this little dash dance, they'll get a grab and you don't want that. But if you just dash away shield, Pikachu doesn't really have, like, Pikachu's not known for, their shield pressure or anything like that. Like, the character doesn't really have that, and they can't really get to you on the ground, so you just dash back and chill for a second, and you'd be fine. And you would end up just shielding this Nair and rolling and being totally okay. So that's kind of what you want to do in a situation where you can't defend yourself with the laser.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know for sure.
Okay, we're about at an hour. That passed ridiculously quickly.
Yeah, no, that was really helpful. I feel like I learned a lot. I got to go rewatch this and make sure I get everything down.
Yeah, do you have any extra questions or anything like that? And if you have anything that comes up later while you're rewatching, definitely feel free to message me about it. But do you have any extra thoughts or questions right now?
I guess just to like recap a little bit, like I don't want Pikachu facing backwards because of up air. I don't want to play.
Yeah, if Pikachu is facing away from you, you either want to turn them around with the laser or bait the up air, because they will do the up air.
Okay, that makes sense. I need to kind of avoid playing like coin flip mix-ups, like approaching laser, when I could just kind of take space with like dash forward and then just like retreating dare or something.
Yeah, camp Pikachu in their face.
Okay. Yep. And then kind of like push him to the corner and then just wall him. And then we talked about the edge guard mix-ups. I think I was probably only playing like half of that, so they would just do the other half and I would never kill them. So
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Exactly.
Don't forget about the high lasers.
High laser, yep, okay, because their grounded stuff isn't as good as their aerial approaches. That makes sense.
Well-spaced down tilt is safe on shield.
Okay, yep. I definitely killed.
Same with forward tilt.
I'll look for that.
A well-spaced forward tilt is safe on shield.
Okay, good to know. Is there anything else major in the matchup you think we didn't touch on? Or is that pretty much...
Nah, I think this is a lot of the basics that I use. I don't consider myself like a super expert on this matchup, so these are just sort of like the fundamental building blocks that I've picked up.
Yep. That's kind of what I needed. It's just like the 101 game plan, what mix-ups I should be playing, general interaction, stuff like that. So
yeah, like this is my basic game plan stuff after maybe 3 or 4 hours total of Falco Pikachu. But I put a bunch of thought into it, and I talked with OKP a bunch. So I think like I have a decently solid model, but there's probably a bunch of small optimizations of like, oh, Pikachu's here in this position. You can do this edge guard more often. Like, I just don't know all the little specifics. But in terms of, like, a general plan, this should definitely help you.
Oh, yeah, totally. This was super helpful and what I was looking for. So I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
And I don't think there's many Falco Pikachu analysis on YouTube, at least. Maybe they're paywalled somewhere, so hopefully this will help out some other Falcos, too.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think Ginger has one analysis of him against Axe from like a long time ago. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try to search that too, but no, this is a great starting point. Matchups are a lot more fun when you like actually kind of know what's going on.
Especially winning matchups. There's nothing worse than being like, I know my character wins this and just get bodied.
Yeah. No, but I've recently started like enjoying Puff a lot after watching a bunch of analysis and
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so turns out, you know what's going on. It's a lot more fun.
Who would have thought?
Right? Seriously.
All right, that was fun talking, man. Hit me up if you want to schedule something else, and I hope this works out for you.
Yeah, I probably want to do these somewhat periodically, so.
Great.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
All right, peace.
All right, take care. Bye.